Over the last few years, the biggest multibagger stocks have come from small cap, micro cap, and even SME stocks from hot themes like solar, renewable energy, defense, power, etc. Stocks like KPI Green, Wari Energy have generated humongous return for the investors. Now there are three key reasons why they generated such crazy return. First, they were part of hot themes with huge demand that resulted in high growth in revenue and profits. Second, they were microcap companies with very small market cap. And third, they were unknown names a couple of years ago and available at very attractive valuation. By the time these stocks came into limelight, they already generated crazy returns. That's where every retail investors want to identify companies with smaller market cap that are growing at a fast rate and available at attractive valuations. But the biggest challenge is that there are more than 4,000 companies below market cap of 1,000 crore. And for every multibagger, you also have wealth destroyers. The question is how to identify fundamentally strong companies with multibagger opportunities from small cap, micro cap, and even SME segment. Hey everyone, in one of my recent video, I discussed my own strategy on how I have built my investment portfolio as a long-term fundamental investor. I have a core portfolio that includes SIP grade stocks for long-term wealth creation. Then I built a satellite portfolio that includes hot themes like power, PSU, railway, defense, and it mainly includes your small cap, micro cap, and even SME segment. The goal is to take advantage of upcycle in the industry and generate very high return and keep churning this portfolio to benefit from the market trend. Of course, it comes at a higher risk. While a satellite portfolio with investment in small cap, micro cap, and even SME stocks from hot themes sounds amazing, it's not easy to generate high returns in a sustainable manner because you need to keep a close eye on the business cycles and ensure that you buy the stocks before it becomes mainstream and gets overvalued. And equally important is your exit. You need to time your exit properly before the down cycle starts. In order to do that, the most important aspect in my opinion is to stay updated with the market. For instance, when a company secures a significant order, it usually announces it on platforms like BSC, NSC, providing details about the size of the order and the client involved. This kind of information gives you valuable insight into the company's growth potential. Similarly, when a company is expanding its capacity to increase revenue, it shares this information with shareholder. Now, obviously, if you have a job or business, it's not easy to track all the key events. And that's where there are tools in the market that can help you get the important information like your order announcement, expansion plan, quarterly results that are required for analyzing the company and taking an informed decision. One of the most common tools is Screener. However, there are certain challenges with Screener, especially when you want to invest in trending small cap, micro cap, or even SME companies. And that's where I've identified an interesting tool called Sovrenn that I personally use to identify opportunities for my satellite portfolio. This platform helps me get all the information required to make informed decision all in one convenient place. So in this video, I want to discuss how you can also identify hot themes and top companies within these hot themes to benefit from the upcycle and how Sovrenn platform can help you in your investment journey. Okay, let me do this video in Q&A form and try to pick important questions and answer them one by one. So first question is, why do you want to invest in small cap, micro cap or SME companies? Well, the goal is to benefit from the upcycle in the industry and invest in companies that can potentially generate very high return. It could be 2 times, 5 times, 10 times kind of return. Then what are the challenges with investing in small cap, micro cap or even SME company? So in my opinion, the biggest challenge today is there are more than 4,000 listed companies within this domain and not every company would generate huge wealth. So how do you really separate the wheat from the chaff from such a big universe of more than 4,000 listed companies? So first thing you need to do is identify the hot themes. Once you do that, your 50% job is done. And for that, you need to keep a close eye on the macro events like government policies, global trends, and so on. For instance, during COVID, when every economy was under lockdown, digital spending increased significantly. As a result, IT companies reported strong earning growth and that got reflected in the share price. Likewise, demand for medicine zoomed exponentially during COVID that resulted in multifold jumps in pharma companies earning and again that got reflected in share price. Today, Indian government has taken many initiatives to promote renewable sector of India that has resulted in huge growth in solar sector. Then government has banned import of many defense items promoting local defense manufacturing. As a result, defense sector stocks have zoomed significantly. Then Indian government has invested a lot of money on railway modernization that again resulted in sharp jump in order book for railway companies and their share price zoomed significantly. Likewise, after many years, there is a strong upcycle in real estate sector where there is high demand and low supply of residential properties, especially in metro cities. Then during COVID, travel industry was badly impacted and hotel stocks tanked badly. However, once the economy opened up, travel sector exploded and that benefited the hotel industry. Recently, water recycling has also emerged as a hot theme. So the first step is to identify the key sectors that are in upcycle. And for that, you need to keep your eyes and ears open. The next step is to explore top players in the segment. Once you have a list of top companies, you need to deep dive to understand the fundamentals, key strength, future growth potential, and of course the valuation. For that, you can use various online tools like Screener. While Screener is a great platform to explore companies, the biggest gap with Screener is it hosts more than 6,000 companies and the data is auto-generated. Please note that the information on Screener is not manually curated, it's auto-generated. It means you never know whether the company is really good or not. Moreover, the small cap, micro cap and SME segment is mainly driven by information. And that's where you need to track factors like company's order book, management guidance on future prospect, capacity expansion, HNI interest and so on. And this information is not easy to track on Screener. That's where I've recently come across this platform called Sovrenn that provides curated detailed information on top small cap, micro cap and even SME companies. I actually came across this platform when I started following Mr. Aditya Joshi on Twitter. He is one of the co-founder of Sovrenn. He has completed his MBA from IIM Calcutta and BTech from IIT Delhi. Another co-founder is Akriti Swaroop, who is a CFA and an alumnus of IIM Calcutta and IIT Kharagpur. The best thing about Sovrenn platform is their vision, where they want to empower every Indian in their journey to take right investment decision. They believe in making each person financially independent, giving them the tools and knowledge they need to navigate the stock market confidently. In this platform, you will find curated information, insightful analysis, and powerful tools designed to help you in your journey. So this is not a platform where you will get a buy or sell tip. This is a platform you will get the latest updated information on top small cap, micro cap and SME companies that are cherry picked by Mr. Aditya Joshi and his team. So out of more than 4,000 small cap, micro cap and SME companies, Sovrenn team has shortlisted around 350 to 400 odd companies that makes our life very easy. They basically do an in-depth study across various parameters and shortlist only the fundamentally strong companies with bright growth prospect. Then they publish a detailed analysis on the company that really help us get good hold of company's fundamental, future prospect, leadership profile, financials, valuations and so on. Now again the question is, how do you really trust this platform? So I did a thorough analysis and identified that Sovrenn team identified many multibagger companies in their initial stage. For example, they started covering KPI Green Energy on 1st Feb 23 and then kept on covering it. They even did a detailed analysis on KPI Green Energy on 6th June 23. Since then, stock has already jumped more than 5 times. Likewise, they covered Wari Renewable on 14 February 23 and kept on updating. It has also generated great returns. Likewise, they identified Balu Forge, Network People Service Tech much earlier that generated great returns. That helped me build some confidence. Let me quickly show you the top features of Sovrenn. So friends, this is the homepage of Sovrenn platform that talks about 3 things: learn investing, get quality information, and find high potential stocks. So if you're someone who's looking for stock tips, then this platform won't be of any help. But if you're someone who likes to take informed decision before investing in any company, then this platform can be of great help. Personally, I find it as a gold mine of knowledge, and I'll explain you why. So on the top, you can see various tabs available. You've got education, times, prime, discovery, IPO, knowledge, self-help. These are basically the offerings of Sovrenn. Now let me first start with one of their top offering, which is discovery. Now what is stock discovery? It is nothing but Sovrenn team has created buckets of stocks based on various parameters. So you can see there are various buckets. First is functional bucket that include excellent results of December 23 where there are 84 companies. Currently we are in Q4 results, so that's the March 24 excellent result, and Sovrenn team has already added 15 companies in last week, right? And there are 67 companies in this bucket with excellent result. Now this third one is preferential issues, and personally I spend a lot of time studying this particular bucket. So preferential issue is nothing but when a company raises capital from the marquee investors, it could be an HNI investor or FIs or DIs, right? So this basically helps you understand which stocks these marquee investors are buying at what price they are buying, because they would have done the research and they would have identified the potential companies, and especially this is from your micro cap, small cap and SME segment, right? So this does not include your large cap and mid cap. So opportunities in your micro cap, small cap, SME space where HNIs and FIs and DIs are investing the money. So I'll shortly discuss the stocks in this list. There are 123 companies, but for now I just want to give you a high level overview. Then you've got again very important bucket, which is large order receipt. As we have discussed, a lot of these micro-cap companies, especially from your solar space, then your capital goods segment, their share price is dependent upon order book, because once they get the order book, it would be eventually reflected in their top line and bottom line. So order book is again very important. There are 151 companies in this bucket. We'll shortly discuss this. Capacity expansion and new product launches. Obviously, this company is expanding its capacity. It is growing, and when the company is growing, obviously there's scope for share price growth as well. Then there's a bucket of joint venture, partnership, acquisition. Then revenue guidance of order book or capacity. Again, very, very important, where you've got 23 companies that have given revenue guidance for future. Then you have got other buckets like right issuance, strategic microcap corner, curated bulk deals, promoter buying. Again, very important bucket that talks about stocks where promoters are investing their own money. And promoters knows in and out about the company. They know the fair value. They know the future potential. So this includes 62 companies in this bucket. Then you also have got a few more buckets. First time covered and multi-coverage. So multi-coverage is nothing but stocks where Sovrenn team is doing, covering it multiple times. That also suggests their own confidence in the company, right? And there are 3 child buckets within that. Let's first have a look at some of the important buckets that we are talking about. Then next bucket we have is a preferential issuance. Now what is this? Like I said, companies raising capital. Now honestly speaking, this is for me one of the most important bucket that I closely track. Why? Because if an HNI or a marquee investor is investing in the company, obviously there is a potential, right? Their team would have done the research. Then, like I said, there's a large order receipt, again a very interesting bucket. So for example, if you look at HG Infra Engineering, recently it has one order and value worth 1991 crore, and second project was worth 2151 crore. And both the projects are expected to be completed in 30 months, right? And the market cap is 10,000 crore. Now, if you look at the share price of HG Infra, you'll know what I'm talking about. So within 1 month, HG Infra is up 48%, right? So the point is that this news was on 21st May, and right after the news, 21st May was here. Right after the news, look at the kind of return stock has generated. It was actually up nearly 12%, right? And in fact, 15% after this news. Then there's a capacity expansion and new product launches. Again, a very important bucket. Balu Forge is expanding its capacity, right? So this is where then Electronic Smart is expanding its capacity. Aditya Vision is expanding its capacity. Shivalik Biometal is expanding. Again, I've done detailed video on Shivalik. So for me, I think again these are very, very important buckets. Then promoter buying, like I said, it's a very interesting one. KP Green Energy promoters are adding it, and this is the update. This was on 30th April. Right? Likewise, Kilburn Engineering promoters have added it on 28th March. You can see they bought 3.3 lakh shares at 304 rupee. Right? So again, a very important bucket that you want to track. Then, like I said, you have got electric vehicle bucket, 5G. This is 5G is again very interesting one. And look at this. Market cap is 500 crore, 400 crore. That's the kind of market cap. Trailing 12 months. Obviously, it is a risky one. I'm not saying every company would become multi-bagger, but the point is that you will certainly get a lot of interesting ideas when you go through these details. Then you've got consumption related. Green energy is a hot theme today. So you can look at names like Insolation Energy, Vari, Solax, MTER, KP Green, KPI Green, Oriana, Advait Infra, right? So Websol Energy, Gensol Engineering, right? Very promising names. Then if you scroll down further, like you've got Railway, New Age IT is again a very interesting one. Names that I'm sure you would have not even heard before, right? Very small cap, micro cap kind of companies worth, doing your research further. Second interesting offering of Sovrenn is your Times feature. What is Times? It is nothing but a newsletter. So every single day, they share 5 important news related to the stock market, okay? So currently, since we are going through the result season, obviously the important news are related to the result. So on 20th May, they published the report, and NDR Auto has given good to excellent results. So you can go through the details, your operating profit, what is the sales, what is the net profit, then what is the P ratio. P is at 27.3, sectoral range is this. And it's an auto auxiliary company. You can go look at the description of the company. Then you've got news related to HG Infra, right? So HG Infra has secured 2 projects. One is 1991 crore, second is 2151 crore. After this news, stock has already rallied. Then we've got other names like FIEM Industry, again good to excellent results. Then you've got Supreme Power Equipment, excellent results. So basically, this particular Times Discovery platform help you identify important news that you need to track. So personally, I spend about 10-15 minutes every day reading this Sovrenn Times, and you can also get the PDF view. So this is for 22nd May, then you can see 21st May, 17 May, 16, 15. So 5 days a week they share this particular news. Very interesting one. It basically keeps you updated with what is happening in the market, right? And what are the important results, what are the important news. Then third offering is Prime. Now what is Prime? Basically, Sovrenn team does an in-depth analysis of companies, and that's what it is. So we are bringing to you Prime article to make you better equipped with information before making investment decision, right? So there are a lot of Prime articles in this list. For example, you have got recently on 21st May, they've published the article for addictive learning technology. If you click on read, basically it's a company that is into your learning, India Learning, about the company. So it's basically founded in 17. It's an edtech platform, provide courses in law, finance, data science, quite interesting. So you can go through the management, who are the promoters, who is the management, and then of course what are the key services, upskilling courses. Again, this is looking very interesting. I recently came across this, and I'm planning to do a deep dive. Basically, I also strongly believe that there's a lot of demand and a huge market for upskilling courses like your AI, content writing, data science. And this is a listed company, looking very promising. Vision and mission, brands, then of course, the business vertical they have. Then lot of details like what are the categories of courses, a very detailed analysis. I think this is very excellent work they've done. Normally, you don't find these kind of detailed information anywhere. Right, they've discussed about Sunita Tools, Trust FinTech. So these are the recent detailed analysis. Nuvama Wealth, a lot of ideas. I also get it from their platform. Then second is promoter interview. Now this is again very interesting. I haven't come across these kind of information anywhere else on other platforms like Screener. Basically, the Sovrenn team actually go to the promoter and do a detailed analysis, detailed discussion about the company. For example, on 26th February, in fact 23rd March, they did an analysis on SJ Logistics. If you click on this, it will give you a detailed analysis. So they met with Mr. Rajan Shah, MD of company, and they've asked a bunch of questions to really get an understanding of company's business in a very layman language, and what is the future potential, what is the vision of the company. Like I said, it's a gold mine of knowledge, not for those who are looking for stock tips, but those who are looking for knowledge. If you're a knowledge seeker, I'm sure this will help you a lot in your investment journey. So if I quickly summarize, we discussed about 3 important features. Discovery, which is the stock bucket, where we discussed about buckets like preferential issues, large order receipt. Times, like I said, it is basically a newsletter where every day you get 5 important news related to stock or the market. Third important one is the Prime feature, where they basically talk about the Prime articles and as well as promoter interviews. So a very detailed analysis of the company as well as detailed analysis, detailed interview with the promoter. Apart from this, they also have education segment where they basically, equip you with both scientific and psychological understanding. And that's where they've got 2 modules. Where they've, module 1 is identifying potential multibagger, volume 2 is price target, valuation and float analysis. It's in both Hindi and English. So in module 1, you will identify if a stock is good with high probability and exit strategy, how to start microcap investing, understanding the basics of valuation. Module 2, you will understand how to calculate fair price of the stock, understanding retail float, calculate PE of SME and non-SME stock. Very interesting details about how you can learn things in your investment journey. Apart from this, they also have this knowledge segment where you can get a lot of information. For example, there are tabs like macroeconomy. So on 21st May, they published an article on macroeconomy. This also get me a lot of insight about what is happening in the economy. So India to contribute 30% of global GDP by 2040. So this is the overview of Sovrenn platform, which personally I found it very interesting, and hopefully you will also appreciate the kind of knowledge that is there on this platform. Friends, over the last few years, millions of new retail investors have started their stock market journey, and majority of them do not have proper knowledge. As a result, many retail investors end up investing in fundamentally weak companies at expensive valuation. While everything looks great during a bull rally, market is cyclical, and once the tide would turn, many companies from today's hot theme would fall significantly, and many retail investors would get trapped. And that's where it's very important to take informed decision. And for that, knowledge is the key. While small cap, micro cap, and even SME companies can potentially generate very high return, you need to stay updated with the macro events, latest quarter results, order book details, then capacity expansion plan, valuation, management details, and so on. And of course, it's not easy to shortlist a few companies from universe of more than 4,000 companies. That's where I think Sovrenn is bridging the gap and providing latest information with various features, prime that include in-depth review of the company, discovery feature with various theme-based buckets across function sectors and themes. On top of that, there is also an education section where you can access videos to learn about how to invest in microcap stocks, how to time the exit, etc. So personally, I found it very useful. It has made my life very easy, especially for identifying opportunities in microcap and SME space. Yes, it comes at a risk, but the reward is also great. So I like to keep some exposure in this high risk, high reward segment and benefit from the upcycle in the industry. You need to decide what kind of risk you want to take in the stock market and accordingly decide how much percentage you want to allocate towards your hot sectors and microcap company or even SME space. As far as pricing is concerned, they charge around 5,000 rupees per year to access all the feature. But the good news is that currently it is free for all. They also have trial option where you can enroll for 600 rupees and get access for 2 months, but currently it is completely free. If you want to get the details of the app, I'll share it in the pinned comment. Now tell me in the comment which micro cap or small cap company do you think can become the next multibagger. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.